down there. Hello, everybody. You guys are done. What, it was like 100 years of training, huh? Or at least it felt like. So today's your last lecture. Um, I don't know if, hey, Hwarang in the house. Look at that. How are you? I didn't know you were Hwarang. Very nice. Hold on. Okay, so um, at the K&A, could you put the screen or the camera down a little bit so I can see if there are students in the classroom? It looks like there's 20 of them that are actually showing up at the K&A building. Could you put the camera down a little bit so it shows the room? Oh, thank you. Wow, look at all those 3 students. 4. The K&A, could you turn on the microphone real quick?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. So are you the only one from Hwarang?
No, actually, I think all of us are from Hana.
What? All of you?
Yes, I believe so. And
Every single one of you guys?
that I know of, yes.
Are you serious? Okay. The ones in this room on the Zoom. If you're in Hwarang, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome. So you guys are involved in the in a youth program.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, anybody else from a different organization? Nobody else? Are you serious? Okay, who's not in Hwarang? Wow, that's impressive. I'm happily surprised. Great, that's awesome. So then my question to you guys, is while you guys have been in the Hwarang program, I'm just asking because I don't know much about the Hwarang program. Is there a class that, or I'm sorry, does Hwarang teach Korean American history?
Yes. So we teach histories, some of it like more like concealed by the Japanese, Japanese, like for example, like the Comfort Woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Recently went to Glendale, and then we tried to celebrate and keep making the Comfort Woman Day the July 30th, and then we do events based on that. We also make books based on like the unrecognized history, such as Comfort Woman. We also talk about subjects like the Korean War, and like recently you might remember the July 27th was the day when the armistice was signed, and a
Yes.
bunch of Korean War veterans attending our event that we celebrated, and we
Nice.
the Korean War Memorial and
So that, this is very awesome. I'm glad that we're connecting. What was your name again?
my name is Tonggon.
Okay. Did you do the essay contest and win an essay contest as well?
Yes, last year I was, yes, in the Tosan essay contest.
Okay. Did you win a prize?
Yes, I won the first prize.
And you went up and you you read your essay, right?
Yes.
Okay. I remember you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, so when one of you guys had asked a question, how can you guys get involved? And I said, join a Korean American youth program, and I mentioned Hwarang. How come no one of you guys say, hey, we already are? You guys just like, okay. Yeah, so you guys are already one step ahead. That is awesome. Wow, that's so great. I'm so happy to hear this. What a great way to end this. Finding out that you guys are Hwarang. Wow. I am impressed. Now, then here's where it comes down to. Since I'm speaking to a bunch of Hwarang kids, first I'm grateful and happy that we're able to connect. Do you guys remember how I told you guys, or I had mentioned that Korean youth programs should not be competition, that we shouldn't be in competition, but we should work in collaboration? You guys remember that? Are you guys doing other stuff? It looks like we have a lot of students coming in late, so I'm just gonna like chit chat with you guys to buy some time so they can sit down and settle down. But for those of you that are in this classroom, hold on, let me just get some stuff ready. Okay, do we have any other leaders in here besides Dongwon? Donghyun, right?
Yes.
Okay. Donghyun, are you one of the leaders?
Yes, I'm the president of Hwarang Youth Foundation.
Okay. Do you have any other your leaders in this room?
Yes, for example, we have our VP Ashley in the Zoom joined.
Oh, Ashley, you're the VP? Hello.
We also have, one second, I need to see. We also have a bunch of chapter presidents in here as well. We also have Alexis Lee, who is the OC secretary.
Okay.
Yes, we have Audrey Lee, who is leading the like CPR process and all of our medical related events. And yeah, we
Okay.
also have like a lot of leaders in here. I think we have Ella Kim, who is our summit secretary as well.
So I see here some of them say Sheila. Is that one chapter?
Yes, Sheila is one of the chapters that exist. Some of the chapter is based on our location, but other chapters we try to have a name that really represents Hwarang or like the Korean American identity.
Mhm.
Sheila is one of them when we first made the Sheila chapter.
So where are the chapters?
We're usually everyone who joined here, most of us are located in LA or OC. I know one of us are currently joining from somewhere between San Jose and San Francisco area.
Wow.
We also have other chapters like just worldwide, like I think over like 16 different countries.
Okay. So do you guys ever go to Korea?
I believe we had the chance to go to Korea a few years ago. I know some of us had a vacation in Korea or like this year or last year. Yes.
Okay. Then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take today's lecture and I'm gonna go like this and throw it out. Because so instead, I found out today is the last lecture, and you guys have had an earful of Korean American history, right? And identity and all that other stuff. So let's just do a real quick recap. But you guys recap. The folks in K&A over there, do you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I guess we'll assume they can hear. You guys know what assume means, right? when you assume? Has anybody broken it down? What assume means? When you assume something, you make an ASS out of you and me. You don't get it, huh? Everybody's like, huh? Okay. All right, K&A, you guys hear me now?
Yes, we hear you. The volume is sort of
Weak?
yeah, weak, but we'll try our best to listen.
Wait a minute. What about the rest of you guys in the classroom? Is my volume weak? No? Okay. All right. Anyways, so then let's begin. So if everybody could turn off your microphone, turn on your microphones, take it off of mute. We're gonna have a group conversation today. If possible, let's have everybody's participation. Let's start with Jacob, since he was one of the first people in the class to join today. Hey, since we started this program, do you recall how many lectures you guys have heard? Approximately?
I would guess around 11, 12.
Okay, so that's about 12 hours of instruction or education about Korean identity, history, correct? Yeah, that's completely worthy of a certification. So, Jacob, what do you fondly remember, or you're happy that you learned?
Can't hear anything.
I guess the Immigration Acts during 1950.
Okay.
Yeah, good call. Turn the thing on. Turn the Zoom on and then just like no, just yeah, mute the mic and then just
Okay. Anybody else want to go next and talk about something that impacted you that you're like, whoa, I didn't know about that. I'm glad I learned that. Well, that was something significant or memorable to you. Don't everybody speak up at one time because we'll just have chaos.
I learned a lot more about the LA riot and some of the struggles that Koreans faced, like culturally and racially. And I think over the past 4 weeks, participating in the seminar has been a time where I can reflect on my personal identity as a Korean American.
Okay, great. That was beautiful, Ashley. Anybody else? Elizabeth, Chris? Hayden, Ella. Ella was second in the room. Ella. Ella. Okay.
I think the right. I think I agree with Ashley about the riots. Like learning about that was really interesting, and just knowing that there's a history behind our immigration and trying to like find a place for ourselves within America was really interesting.
Beautifully said. Has anybody gone on to YouTube to look at some of the video clips or videos made about Saigu? Nobody? Are you for cereal? You guys are impacted by it, but you don't really care to go and look at some videos because the videos are pretty shocking. If you were to look at some of the videos of Saigu, it's shocking, very shocking. And it's tear-jerking to see something like that kind of devastation happen to Koreatown, to the largest population of Koreans in the world outside of Korea, to see them go through that. I highly recommend you do a little bit of searching, go to YouTube, put the Koreatown riots or LA riots, or put Saigu. And you're gonna see all kinds of crazy stuff on there. Yeah. So I'll wrap it up real quick. It's very impressive that you guys took your summer to put in hours and hours of instructional learning about who you are and what it means to be a Korean living in America. That's the way I put it. Whether you were born here in the United States, or if you were made in Korea or somewhere else and imported to the United States, you in essence are an ethnic Korean person by blood and DNA and facial structure who is living in the United States. And as a good United States citizen, it's our duty to love and protect this country and be the best American that we can. And if you have an opportunity, it's an honor to serve this country, either in the military or in the civics, in some type of leadership role, because this is the country, your home country, basically. And at the same time, it's significantly important never to forget that you also have a second home, another country that you can honestly call home, which is Korea. And don't forget that that country is in turmoil today. It's a divided country ready to destroy itself. Brother ready to kill brother over ideology. And it's a broken country, and it's a divided country. If you take a human being and you divide that person up, they die. And Korea is a divided country. It's like back in the old days when there were different dynasties, and there was Shilla and Goryeo, but it became unified. And then after it was unified, it became divided again. And it's time that we fight again to unify and heal Korea. And it's the duty of those of us who can to do it. You guys learned there was a guy named Dosan, and he was the leader of the Hungsadan, and he was one of the leaders of the Korean independence movement to free from Japanese colonial rule. And he said, when there's a problem, don't complain about it and complain that, hey, how come there's nobody doing anything about this problem? Don't complain that there's an issue and nobody's doing anything. He says, you become the solution and you fix that problem. And the war ended in 1952. Well, okay, I take that back. A faux pas. The war never ended. So there's a movement going on to end the Korean War. There's going to be a march. I think it's next month. Have you guys heard about that march? The march to end the Korean War? But the armistice was signed and they came to a halt and stopped fighting for the most part. There were still small battles and skirmishes, and people kept dying over the decades to follow. And there's still tremendous hatred and distrust between the North and the South. between the same people. We are lucky that we were born, or your parents were born on the south side of the border. And our parents were able to immigrate to the United States. And so we have a chance to live the American dream. But half of the country was born on the other side. And they are forced to do 10 to 15 years of mandatory military service. You basically give up your whole youth and your young adult life, and you achieve nothing, and you gain nothing, and you go and suffer in the military for long, extended periods of time. And they don't have much chance for a bright future. Their futures are bleak. And no matter how hard they work, their economic situation will never improve for the most part. Now, we who are living in the free world, we have an opportunity. We live in one of the most powerful countries in the world. And they're the ones who divided the country up. They're the ones who divided Korea. And we live in that country. And we have an opportunity to influence that country and influence its policies. So as Korean Americans, as Koreans who are living in America, I challenge you to dream bigger, to think bigger. Let me get a show of hands. How many of you here have plans to become the President of the United States? Raise your hand. 1, good, awesome. 2, anybody else? Somebody is doing this. Is that like a hand kind of up? Yeah. Okay, we got 2.5. All right, that's awesome. Okay, good. Man, that guy is enthusiastic about that. Okay. Some of you guys are like, no way. Okay. The guys who are at the K&A building who raised your hand. Okay. The guy in the back. I know the guy in the front, but who's the guy in the back? That was, no, you in the second row that had your hand up like, oh, you're so excited. Yeah, you. What's your name? Take the mic off.
Matthew.
You're Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys who want to become president of the United States, the first Korean to become president, we will make it happen. Okay? I swear an oath to you that the older generations will unify and support you and support your run to become the first Korean American president. In the meantime, Johnny Kim might beat you. He's that crazy Navy SEAL, NASA astronaut doctor from Harvard. He's going to be running for president. And everybody who has one drop of Korean blood in you, we need to support him when he runs. He will be the first Korean American to run for president. And when he does, every single one of us need to be on board to make sure that happens. Take a look at your brother and sister in the same room with you, on Zoom or in that classroom. Look at each other, okay? You guys are comrades. You guys are not competitors. You guys are not in competition with each other. You guys are to work in collaboration, in cooperation, and in support of each other. Regardless of your religious views, your political views, left, right, center, upside down, it doesn't matter. If you're Korean, a Korean should help Korean. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Who here disagrees? Good. You guys all agree, even if it's in agreement by just being silent. There is no opposition to that. Let me tell you something. I'm Hebrew. You guys look at me and say he's Korean, but I'm also Hebrew. And so let me tell you a little bit about Jews. No matter where you go in the world, whatever country you are, the top 1% are Jews in that country. And even in the United States, the Jews are the top 1%. They control everything. They have power and money. Korean people are very similar to Jews. Does anybody know any characteristics that you think are similar between Koreans and Jews? Can anybody, you guys think about it. Why are Koreans very similar to Jews? Take your mics off, turn them on, and let's get about 3 responses. Matthew, come on. If you're going to run for president, you need to get involved and know these things. Even if you fail, take a guess. Yes.
We both went through a period of oppression.
Okay. We went through a period of oppression. Right now, if you look at Israel, Israel is a divided country, right? Physically, they're divided down from top to bottom, like this. Korea is divided like this. Okay, good. What else? Matthew.
Wait, is it unmuted?
Yeah,
It's still-
it's unmuted.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Oppressed. Jews
She
by
just said that.
the Spanish, the Italians, the Russians, the British, Hungarians, Turkish, and the Koreans by the Japanese, the Chinese, the Russians, the Americans, Soviets. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now, you guys are talking about historical, what happened to them, but what about personality characteristics of Koreans and Jews that are very similar? None of you guys have Jewish friends?
I mean, there's a stereotype that both groups are hardworking.
Exactly.
And greedy.
That is a true stereotype, and it is kind of true. I have Jewish family members. I myself am Hebrew as well. Jews do very well in school. They excel. They're very driven, and so are Korean people. And this is not a racist remark or anything like that, but Koreans tend to work hard, are driven, and do fairly well, no matter where they go in the world. Even if you immigrate to Africa, no matter where they go, Korean people settle down and do fairly well and are affluent. Good. I'm going to tell you, yes. And for those of you that know a little bit about religion, Jesus was a Jew, right? And one of the biggest group of followers of that Jewish guy are Koreans per capita, right? You go anywhere, if you have 3 Koreans, they make a restaurant and a church. Which is true. And if you go to Korea, there's like millions of churches everywhere. And did you know that Korean people are the largest group of missionaries around the world for the size of people per capita? You know who number 1 is? It's America. America has the largest group of missionaries around the world. And then Korea, which is a tiny nation, is the second largest group of missionaries. So Korean people tend, not all, but tend to be towards believing in a Jew. That's another way Koreans and Jews are connected. But here's what I'm going to show you. This is a very big distinction between Koreans and Jews. When a Jewish person opens up a new business, they go and support that business. They go and buy something or use that service, even if they don't need that service. The reason they do that is they want to support a fellow Jew. You open up a new business is going to be tough. So I'm going to go and support you. I'm going to buy that. I don't need it, but I'm going to buy it because you're a Jew. Jews help Jews. Jews are one of the only race of people that no matter what country you go to, if you have one drop of Jewish blood in you, you send money to your home country of Israel. Even if you are 10 generations, have never been to Israel, Jews still support the nation of Israel. No matter how far away they are from Israel. Now, Korean people, here's what Korean people do when they open up a business. Korean people go, and then they try to kako, get a discount. Why? Even if you lose money, I need to benefit from it because I need that. And so you need to give me a discount. So when they do that, they're thinking about me, myself. I'm not here to support your business. I'm here because I need that product and I know you. So, hey, give me a discount, even if it hurts you. And if it doesn't, and even if it's not supporting your business. That's the difference between the mind frame between Jews and Koreans. Even though there's a lot of similarities, the core value is that Jews unify, Koreans fight. Korean people fight left and right. I believe I belong to the Hungsadan. You guys all know Hungsadan, right? Because you guys heard of Dosan Anchangho. You guys have seen the Dosan musical. Did you know there's going to be the 4th running of the Dosan musical in November? If you guys haven't seen that musical, please go and watch it. How many of you have not seen the Dosan musical? Wow, that's too many of you. Okay, it's going to be in Los Angeles at the Ebell Theater in November. If you go, you will cry. If you don't, I'll make you cry. I'll be there like, hey, how come you're not crying? And give you an onion. You guys, side note, you guys all know that meme of that one lady during the attack on the White House that happened a couple years back, that people say Trump led the insurrection against the White House. And that one meme of that one lady who was holding an onion and she was crying and then she kept rubbing it under her eyes while she was being interviewed. And they call her the onion lady. Anyway, man, you guys don't pay attention to the news that enough. Okay. So one of the things that I hope you gained is a sense of identity during these long lectures of historical people, Korean American historical people, about Korea's history, America's history, and all this other stuff. I hope one of the things that you gain from this is a sense of pride in your ethnicity, in your identity, pride that you have heritage here in the United States. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but my first lecture, I talked about how I grew up hating who I was. I was ashamed of being Korean. I had never heard any history about Korean Americans. I didn't even know we had Korean American history. And that was sad to grow up not knowing who I was. You guys are lucky that you've connected with your heritage. You guys don't know how significantly lucky you guys are and privileged that you're connecting. And I'm proud that you guys are connecting, each of you. I'm proud of who you guys are. I'm proud that you guys are involved in Hwarang. And I look forward to being ever so more proud of who you guys will become and what you guys will do. And I know that Hwarang is an excellent organization that is not only training future leaders, but training current leaders. You guys are the leaders now. Don't wait till you're an adult. You guys should be the leaders in your school, in your church, in your community now. And I hate when people say, oh, we're training the future leaders. Well, what's wrong with training them to be the future leader, to be the leader now? That way you'll have practice. Have you ever, you guys know Arnold Schwarzenegger. He wasn't born like that, right? It took exercise. He had to practice working out. Leadership, nobody is born a leader. That cliche, I hate that. Oh, he's just a natural born leader. No, he's not. He was put in a situation where he was developed into a leader. You guys are being trained to become leaders. I look forward to seeing the great things that you will do. And I'm so proud that you guys are connected. Let me just briefly end. It's 38. I'll cut it short. But let me just share my screen. And we will talk just a little bit. How do you do this? Okay. All right. You guys see my screen? Yes, no? Okay. That's when I was 18 years old. I was in the U.S. Army. I have been leading scouting in the Korean American community for 30 years. And this is a direct result of the Korean riots, because I said, never again will Korean youth be weak. So I'm super stoked that you guys are Hwarang, because I've been trying to work in collaboration with your group. I think we need to start changing the landscape of the Korean American youth. Instead of all these organizations working separately, right? I've said this before. We need to start working together and helping each other, helping each group become stronger and to develop better programs. So I'm just going to briefly throw this out to you guys. I want to show you some of the things that we've done and that we can do together. We do exploration. We've gone out and we've looked at the Battleship Iowa and Lane Victor. You guys all know this history. I know you do. They were all part of the Korean War. We have Mojave shooting expeditions where we go out and teach you to shoot. We have vintage camps. We teach you to become pilots. Many of my boys are pilots. Some of my girls are working on becoming pilots. They are in the military, serving as Navy fighter pilots. We teach you how to use weapons safely in a safe environment, and it's very important. These are some of my instructors. These are some of my boys who ended up joining the military. And a lot of them end up going to LAPD. These are 4 of my boys who joined. We honor the veterans who died and sacrificed for Korea. And if you look in the middle of this picture, there's a Korean American Samuel Lee. He was a Korean American who died in Iraq. And we honor him. And we don't forget our brother who gave back to this country. I told you guys, right? All these headstones of American people who died in Korea, they saved half of Korea from becoming a communist country. And because of that, we were able to immigrate here, and you guys were able to be born here and live in America. We owe this country a gratitude for the young men and women who died in Korea, for people they didn't even know. Now we're giving back. Korean Americans are dying for America. Many have died for this country in the United States. And it's important that we honor and respect that. These are World War II fighters. Let me get to, this is Ralph Ahn, Dosan Chang's youngest son, who was also an actor. Oops. Oh, this is the Hungsadan, and we are the Hungsadan Scouts. And you guys all know about the statue in Riverside, correct? Dosan Chang, yes, no? None of you guys know about the statue in Riverside? Shake your head, yes or no? No? Okay, some of you do, some of you don't. Hwarang should make it a point to go do a field trip out to Riverside to go visit Dosan's statue. He is one of the most significant Korean Americans. You guys do the parade, right? Yeah, we should do it together. Okay, you guys know this. The Independence Arch in Ridley. Yes? You guys have been there? Okay. If you haven't, you need to go. We do trips to Korea. This is in Gangnam, in Korea. There's a Dosan Memorial Park, and his grave is right there in the back. That's his grave. And this is the original arch in Korea. And the one in Ridley in California is just a small replica. You guys know who this guy is? Or this guy? These are people who were independent fighters that died, that were martyred to fight for Korea's independence. It's important that you learn about these people. You guys, here's some more statues of the comfort women that you guys have learned about. There's a village in Korea. We visit that village. There's only a handful of them left. They're all dying. I think there's only like a couple more left that are still alive. We've gone and visited them to learn their history. This is the Marine Corps program. This is about 15 years ago, but now it's significantly better. So much better. But we do this program. And I'd like to invite you guys to participate with us in ROC Marine training. And it is awesome. And we do the March 1st ceremony. And I think we should get involved with you guys to celebrate March 1st. And then there's also a day that was set aside to remember the fallen patriots. Now, I don't know if these are any of the stuff that your Hwarang is involved in, but I'd like to introduce you to them. Do you guys still do anything about Dokdo? Or is that a forgotten subject? This is some of the gear that we use. I'm very tactical. And this is my wife. And when we got married, we wore the Korean traditional outfit, but we went tactical. So we have the hats and the tactical backpacks. Anyways, so that's who I am. I just wanted you to know who the guy is that you guys were listening to for 3-4 weeks. Wrap it up. We're done. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you for the hours and hours and hours and hours of lectures. It has, I hope it's improved who you are. I hope it helps you to find your identity. Any comments, last comments that you guys would like to say, or any other questions?
Hi, Joseph. Some of the people who are in the Q&A, they want to ask some questions or comments.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Hi, Joseph. It's just so commendable that you spend so much time talking about how passionate you are about Korean history. I just wanted to ask, last class, you briefly mentioned about working in the UN. How is that like, and how do you think that really helps talk or like present Korean culture?
Oh, what was that, the last part? How does it help what?
UN and how it like and its impact on spreading Korean culture and identity.
Oh, yes. First of all, the UN is what saved Korea. UN was led by the United States, and it was a bunch of countries, even Ethiopia, a poor country like that, and Turkey sent soldiers to die and help save part of Korea. So as Koreans, especially Koreans who are living on the free side of Korea, we've gained our independence and we have freedom. It's important that we don't forget the legacy of the UN. And if possible, you should be involved in it and you should go visit the UN. It is hallowed grounds. And a lot of people say bad things about the UN, but still, it's a significant organization. To us Koreans, we need to respect it because of the role that it had in saving our people. And we owe. So the Hungsadan is registered NGO with the United Nations. We are owners of the United Nations. We are members. We are able to go and visit and sit in on meetings. And it's a privilege. I highly recommend you guys go there and walk in the halls to see countries unifying under the banner of peace and humanity, to work for the betterment of humanity. And as far as Korean identity, the Korean, you know that I think it was 2 presidents ago, it was a Korean. The president, the Secretary General of the UN was a Korean man. And that played a big role in helping spread Hallyu, the whole Korean spirit, and the acceptance of Korea as a significant power in the global economy, economic wise, but also military wise. Now Korea is no longer a third world country, but we are a powerhouse within the top 10 to go from one of the most the poorest countries after the war. I mean, the dirt was richer, but for that country to rise within 50 years to become significant it speaks volumes about the people. And you guys carry that legacy, know that legacy, connect with that legacy, love it. I hope you guys love who you are and are proud. Thank you for that question. I hope it answered. I don't know. Anybody else have any other questions? Comments? Thank you. Matthew?
I had a question.
Yes.
So with what motivation and commitment do you have to share or bring awareness to young Korean Americans about their identity?
Oh, what motivated me? Okay. It's like you didn't hear the first and second lecture. No, but to recap, make it real short. I grew up hating who I was. Now I'm proud. If I didn't hate who I was and I didn't hate Korean identity and Korean people, I wouldn't love it so much, you know. And it was the specifically the Korean Olympics in 1982 that first introduced me. And then it was the Korean riots, the Koreatown riots where our community was destroyed. And when I stood up, it completely changed my life. When I stood up to protect my community and my people. And that's the motivating power. We were weak. My generation, we were weak. But I'll be damned if the Korean generation, the next generations are caught off guard, because you guys will be on guard. You guys will be the people on the watchtower who are strong, who are going to unify. I've seen my community unify. When times got hard, they unified. And they sacrificed and died for each other because we were Korean. That's all that mattered. And I'd like you to at least taste one drop of that kind of passion. That's why I do this. Until the day I die, I will be talking to young people and hoping that you can just get one drop of taste of what it was like to be proud and to protect just because I'm Korean. That unity, that sense of unity, we are Korean, that's all that matters. You are my brother, you are my sister, and I will protect you, and I will die for you. That kind of mentality. That's what drives me. Anybody else?
Hello. I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
I'd just like to ask about your experiences in the U.S. military. Like what it was like. Any insight you have?
Oh, absolutely. If any of you guys are interested, even remotely interested in thinking about, do it. Join the service. Give back to your country. Second, it will benefit you later on. You will be a different human being. Those people that serve the country and put their line, that signed on the dotted line and put your life on the line are not just talkers, but you are doers. If you are interested in serving this country in the military, it is one of the most commendable and most honorable things you could do with your one life that you were given. It was the best time of my life. I joined the Junior Marine Corps when I was 14, and at 17, and when I was a junior in high school, I went to the recruiter and I joined because I couldn't wait till I was 18. I did split option during your summer vacation from 11th grade to 12th grade. During that summer vacation, you go off to basic training. And you do that basic training, and then you come back, finish off your senior year, and then you go off to the military. For me, it was the greatest time of my life, and I thank God that I did it. I have nothing but praise for what you will gain for it and for the fortitude and tenacity that it will build in you. And if any of you are interested in going, do not go talk to a recruiter until you talk to me, because they're going to lie to you. So I'll help you to get the best positions. Next, anybody else? the KNA had asked me to end early. So I guess if we end 4 minutes early, we ended before 7 o'clock. So I'm all done. Let them know because they said you guys are going to have a graduation ceremony. So let them know that they could proceed now. It was an honor to meet all of you guys. I hope I can meet you guys in person. I hope we can do an event together. Matter of fact, I have a vintage art studio cafe and a survival school that I run up in Phelan it's in Wrightwood. It's right outside of Mountain High Ski Resort. You guys, Donghyun, talk to your leaders. I'll host you guys for a weekend camp. And we'll do campfire, we'll throw some barbecue and I'll teach you some basic survival skills. And I'll give you a little bit of personal live motivation. And I'd like to get involved with your organization in the future as much as possible, as much as your leadership will allow, because I think they kind of feel that I'm their competition still. But I'm not. But they think so. Everybody thinks so. Anyways, it was an honor. I'm proud of each of you. You guys did a great job, outstanding. And I hope we can see each other in the future, in person. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Yeah. All the Hwarang members who are here, the students who want to graduate, I think you can leave, Mr. Shin.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, so all of the members, can you guys pin my screen that I'm talking to you right now? So you guys, and you should have all three pictures with this screen pinned. Good. So okay, wait. So what you need to do, is you need to pin the other Clara one. So now where I'm doing, Andy, can you raise your hand up? Andy, raise your hand up, wave.
Andy, raise your hand up. Andy, raise your, I'm right here.
From the other side.
From your screen. Yeah, so you see the waving hand, so please pin that, and just make sure that all your three photos have that pinned, okay? And we'll be starting our graduation shortly. 이게 좀 달라요. 제가 영어로 약간 네, 감사합니다. 이거
말해봐.
Hi everyone. Ashley, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So people in Zoom, one thing that you have to know is that this is not a extra hour. So basically what's gonna happen is you're gonna put all of the hour, you're gonna put an extra hour for this graduation into the webinar mobile serve. It's probably gonna be out right now. So check in, and so what you need to do is you need to put in the date that you're gonna join, okay? Like that you have joined the Zoom. For example, if you join like the 13th, then you're gonna put 13th in your description, okay? Then you're gonna log 1 hour, okay? So if you haven't joined something, then you exclude that date, okay? And then you're just gonna put an additional hour on that because you attended the graduation. We're gonna wait a bit until everyone gets onto their graduation clothes. So just hang on tight for a moment. Ashley, can you hear this okay? Ashley Kim from Zoom.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you. All right, so the people in Zoom, we're gonna start our graduation. So if everyone could turn their cameras and please pay attention. The people who are in person, please pay attention to your phones, and I will start in 10 seconds. 네, 안녕하십니까 졸업생 여러분들. 네, 그리고 저희 이사장님 또 이제 Mr. and Mrs. Park 그리고 저희 대한민국의 관계자 여러분들. 네, 그리고 저희 이제부터 이제 도산 1회 학교 졸업식을 시작하도록 하겠습니다. Thanks to everyone who attended the History of Education webinar. So this will be our first Dosan online school graduation ceremony. So yes, so we're going to start right away. So we will be starting with our moment of silence to the independence activists of Korea. So if everyone could rise. 네, 이제부터 애국 선열에 대해서 묵념을 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 모두 자리에서 일어나 주시길 바랍니다. Please face the Korean flag on Zoom. If you cannot, it's okay. And when I say 묵념, you guys, everyone will have a moment of silence for 10 seconds. Okay? 제가 묵념이라고 해주시면 10초 동안 묵념해 주시면 되겠습니다. 애국 선열에 대한 묵념. 네, 감사합니다, 여러분. All right, thank you, everyone. And the first, we will be having the Korean National Association Chairman, Ms. Clara Won, come to give a congratulatory speech. So if Ms. Clara Won, can you please come out with a round of applause from our audience?
감사합니다. 모두 자리에 앉아주시기 바랍니다. Have a seat, please. 먼저 부산 서머스쿨을 준비해 주신 우리 부모님들께 진심으로 감사드립니다. Welcome to the first generation ceremony of the Dosan History School of the Korean National Association Memorial Foundation. I am certain that those of you who are here today will be the picture that will continue the history of Dosan. Dosan's dreams was a country in which every citizen would actively participate in shaping their community and nation. We are Korean Americans living in a diverse society. We can bring a lot of good by learning and respecting each other's cultures and participating in our diverse communities. Learning the language and history of our Korean heritage helps us pass down our culture to the next generation. If you start taking ownership of even the smallest task, you will find yourself in successes of big wins. Embracing ownership of your journey empowers to reach your full potential. Start thinking of what you want to take ownership of and start your journey in becoming an activity leader. In following your passion, we must never forget the brave souls who gave everything to reclaim our country. Some of these unsung heroes but still lost of made their courage in light of fire within used to continue their noble work. I sincerely congratulate you on your graduation. Best of luck. Thank you, everyone.
네, 이사장님 너무 좋은 말씀 감사드립니다. Thank you for your touching speech, Miss Wang. Next, we're gonna have the highlight of our graduation ceremony. 다음으로는 저희 졸업식의 주인공들인 졸업생들을 모셔보도록 할 텐데요. 제가 이제 한 분씩 호명하시면 이제 앞으로 나와주시면서 이제 졸업장을 받아주시면 되겠습니다. So next, I'm gonna call out one of our graduates, and once they come out, Miss Wong will give a certification of graduation. So when we call, please give up the name. In just 10 seconds. So the first one will be Rachel Lee.
Rachel.
Please come out, and if everyone could give a big hand for Rachel. Next, can we get Chen Kim?
If you don't mind.
So Chen Kim has completed both the Korean American History and Leadership courses at Dosanschool and are hereby awarded as Diploma of Korean National Association Memorial Foundation this month of July 2024 from Clairvaux Prep Board. Next, can we have William Lee?
William.
Next, can we have Andrew Seok-Hwan Lee?
Andrew.
Can we give a big hand for our graduates? They're the first, the Dosanschool, they deserve a big hand as well. Next, can we have Eleanor Jiwon Lee?
Stephen.
Next, can we have Eunice Lee Han Wong? Next, can we have Wesley Ethan Song? And next, can we have Matthew Banks?
Matthew.
Next is Lauren Lee. Next, we have Lena O. Next, we have Lena O. Next, we have June Kim. Next, we have Aaron Yu. Then we have Young Soo Shan. Next, we have Jasmine Chiu Lee. And lastly, we have Kim Kim, which is me. Although we are all thankful for graduates present with us today, I also want to highlight the people who are in Zoom. You guys are also the graduates, but people who couldn't come because they couldn't come because of their time or they're really far away. So if everyone could give a hand to people in Zoom as well, that would be great. You guys are also thank you for being the first graduate of the Dosan스쿨. And next we're gonna have Junior Dosansang. Junior Dosan Award is made to given to the students who have volunteered and showed great commitment. 네, 주니어 도산상 수여를 이번에 다음에 하도록 하겠는데요. 이 웨비나 교육 기간 동안 봉사해준 학생들한테 드리는 상입니다. 네, 그래서 주니어 도산상에게는 메달이 주어질 예정이고요. 네, 이제 클라라 이사장님이 이제 앞으로 오셔서 한 분씩 호명해 주시면 되겠습니다. The Junior Dosan Award will be given as a medal to people who have volunteered during the webinar, and I will be naming, and if you are called, please come out and receive your medal. Okay, so first, it's gonna be Chaeun Kim. Can everyone give a round of applause? Chaeun has done an excellent job managing and organizing the list of participants who have joined our seminar. So we give this medal to her because of that. If everyone else, people in here could give another round of applause for them. Next, can we have Ella Yu? Oh, yeah. So Ella Yu is joined us through Zoom today. So if everyone just could give a round of applause to them. 엘라 유는 지금 줌으로 조인이 되어 있기 때문에 네 이름 호명하고 네 그다음에 제가 전달해 드리도록 하겠습니다. Ella Yu, we will be giving this medal to you the next time I meet you. And the next is going to be Ashley Kim, who has also joined through Zoom. Ashley Kim has shown great support through that, and we will thank her by giving a round of applause. If everyone could give a round of applause to Ashley. Next, we're going to have Lauren Lee come out, who is present here today, right? Can I give a round of applause? Lauren Lee has been showing absolutely great attitude during the webinar, and we thank her by giving her this medal. If everyone could again give a round of applause to Lauren. 다음으로는 이제 제가 제 이름 호명하기 부끄럽지만 건강하게 Could everyone who have received the medal please come out for a group photo? All right, thank you. Can everyone give a final round of applause to our medal winners? Yes, next it's gonna be a reply from one of our graduates. Do we have the Summit VP Ashley Kim?
Yes, I'm on Zoom.
Yes, she is at Zoom, and could you give a short speech about as a graduate?
Okay, so even picking one orange with one's whole heart constitutes patriotism. This quote by Dosan Anchangho captures the spirit of dedication and hard work that our ancestors embodied, even in the most humble tasks, to secure a bright future for us. And their relentless efforts, whether through labor or advocacy, laid the foundation for the opportunities we can now enjoy. And this is the foundation of the crucial historical information that I have learned over the past few weeks, and one that I would like to share with you guys tonight. So good evening, everyone. My name is Ashley Kim, and I'm the Summit Vice Chairperson of the Hwarang Youth Foundation for this term. And although I was not able to make it in person tonight, it is still an honor to stand before you today and represent our student body with this graduation speech. We have come to the end of an incredible journey, one that has enriched our minds and broadened our perspectives of our Korean culture and history. And I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all our dedicated guest speakers, including Do Kim, Joseph Jun, Joseph Shin, Jeff Kim, and Colin. And I want to lend a round of applause for all of our members who passionately participated in these seminars during the 4 weeks. The past 4 weeks of the Dosan History webinar has truly been an intellectual experience, and through the teachings of our amazing guest speakers, we have not only learned about the dates and the facts, but we have also learned about the human stories behind them. And one of my favorite sessions was when we discussed about our Korean identity and diaspora. And this session was particularly impactful as it provided insights into the struggles of many Koreans that they face regarding their cultural identity. And before this session, I myself hadn't given much thought about the difference of being Korean and Korean American, but learning about the LA riots and how our ancestors strove to become true Korean Americans rather than simply immigrants gave me a profound sense of understanding my own identity. And therefore, this program has been more than just a historical insight, but it has been a journey of personal growth that I'm really thankful for. And as we move forward, I've learned that we need to carry with us the lessons learned from history. And whether we pursue careers in history, education, medicine, or any other field, we need to continue embodying the same dedication and resilience that our ancestors demonstrated as we strive to create a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come. And as the very first graduating students of the Dosan스쿨, I am very proud of all our members, and I hope that in the future, programs like this, where students are able to learn and know their stories, continue to expand so that all Korean Americans can contribute to preserving the stories of our culture. Once again, thank you to everyone who has participated in this summer program, and thank you to all the guests and hosts for giving us this opportunity to learn about our Korean history. And with the new insights we have gained, I truly encourage each and every one of you to use now as a starting point to become a leader who contributes to the future of our society. Thank you and congratulations, everyone.
All right, thank you. Can we give another round of applause for Ashley? And while we are at the round of applause, I want to give a round of applause to another special person who is here. 또 다른 한 분이 이제 박수 받아야 할 분 한 분이 계시는데요. So Miss Claire she has provided with multiple speakers, which took her month to even have. They're really hard people to meet with or even talk to once in a lifetime. So she has done great. So 네, 클라라 이사장님, 네, 좋은 분 너무 많이 모셔주시고, 네, 저희한테 이런 프로그램 기획해 주셔서 감사하고요. 네, 일어나 주시면 네, 저희가 한번 박수 한번 다 쳐주시면 되겠습니다.
뒤에서 잠깐 소개를 해볼까요?
앞으로 오셔야 돼요.
저희 대한민국인의 장큰 오래된 살아있는 역사가 민병정 현임 고문님을 이 자리에서 소개해드리겠습니다. 이렇게 부의사장이 이번 프로그램을 같이 운영하고 뒤에서 후원해 주셨습니다. 최고 장로님께서 안에 계시는 것 같은데 잠깐만 문제 들고 나오시라고 하시겠어요? 네, 우리 대한민국민을 또 잘 보존해 주시고 항상 좋은 손님이 오시면 또 안내해 주시는 최성호 장로님 소개드립니다.
귀중한 시간에 도산 역사학교 제1회 졸업식 생들을 환영합니다. 그리고 앞으로도 우리 조국을 많이 생각하시고 또 젊은 2세들한테 우리 대한민국민회와 도산 역사에 대해서 여러분들이 아는 만큼 많이 설명을 해주세요. 그리고 이곳을 친구들한테 여러분들의 우리 한국 친구들뿐만 아니라 외국 친구들한테도 많은 설명을 하면서 이 대한민국에는 항상 일주일 내내 주일날만 빼놓고 늘 있습니다. 그러니까 방문해 주시고 소개해 주시고 그러세요. 반갑습니다.
Thank you, everyone who is in the Korean National Association. Without them, our learning would not have happened. We would have not learned about the leadership that we should have as a Korean American and our identity. And speaking of leadership, leadership에 대해서 얘기하다 보니까 이제 한 분 경력사를 해주실 분이 한 분 계시는데요. 저희 파랑 유스 파운데이션의 총재님이신데 박윤수 총재님 앞으로 나와주시고요. Next we're gonna have a congratulatory statement from our Hwarang Youth Foundation founder Howard Park. So if you could please come out with a round of applause, that would be great.
역사학교가 생겼다는 것 자체가 우리 한인 사회의 가장 보람된다고 느끼고 있고요. 첫째는 우리 이대 졸업생들이 이렇게 많이 참석하시는 것에 대해서 너무 고맙게 생각하고요. 여러분들한테 축하의 말씀 먼저 드리고 또 이 행사를 준비하시고 학교를 끌어오시고 하신데 교육자이신 클라버원장님한테 다시 한번 감사드리고요. 또 그동안 옆에서 민경영 부회장께서 상임고문을 거치면서 주요부장님 모든 분이 함께 했기 때문에 이 도산 학교가 이루어지지 않았나 이런 생각을 해요. 이 장소가 참 오래돼 있었는데 가장 의미 있는 행사가 올해 처음 된 거에 대해서 저 자신은 정말 아주 태어나게 생각합니다. 그리고 저와 같이 활동하는 우리 청소년들이 좋은 귀감이 되는 그런 장소가 되었으면 하는 것이 바람이고요. 특히 오늘 이렇게 줌으로 다 참석해 주신 우리 회원 여러분께 다시 한번 감사드리고 또 그동안 며칠 동안 강사를 마다하지 않으신 스피커 여러분들께 다시 한번 감사드리고요. 앞으로 이것이 이해 하는 사회 특혜까지 지속적으로 우리 젊은 사람들이 코리안 아메리카 아이덴티티를 정확하게 갖고 그 앞으로 우리 주류 사회에 진출했으면 하는 저의 바람입니다. 그래서 저희 사람도 만들어진 것이고 도산학교 임기선 여러분은 파워되게 자랑스럽게 생각해요. 그래서 우리 부모님들도 우리 아이들 여기까지 보내주신 얘기죠. 정말 고맙게 생각합니다. 이것으로 짧게 인사를 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다, 총재님. Thank you, Mr. Park. I think I learned a lot through this event. As a Korean American, I think I hope everyone else also experienced like we have learned something new from this, at least one thing about Korean American society and how much people have been working for our freedom and our future. So I think we need to take on that message to go to get our following generation and the generation following, so our memories are kept and we keep our Korean American identity. 네, 이제 한국계 미국인의 아이덴티티를 이제 가지고 이제 그 다음 제너레이션, 그 다음의 세대들한테도 물려받을 수 있도록 더 노력해야 되겠습니다. 다들 뭐 많이 한 가지는 더 많이 배웠을 거라고 생각합니다. 네, 그러면 이제 저희 이제 학교 졸업식 이제 거의 마무리 단계에 있는데요. Now we're at the end of our graduation ceremony, and so the last part will be a group photo. 네, 마지막으로 할 건 저희 단체 사진입니다. 네, 그래서 저희 오늘 기념하게 할 건데 이제 어떻게 할 거냐면 네, 이제 먼저 학생들 여기 앞으로 나와주시기 바라고요. Can all the students come up to the front to have our group photo? Can the people, can you guys also tidy your makeup? Now's the chance to look nice through the camera, and you guys will be in the photo as well. So please. Yes, while we are getting ready to take a photo, I want to talk about one thing. For students who have not been attending the entire 4-week lecture, we will post the educational content that has been provided so far on the KNAMF website. History school section. So please be sure to check it out on the website in the future. It is www.knamf.org. And we hope that you will attend this graduation ceremony as well. And yes, another notice is that the graduation trip will be postponed to the fall. In addition, we would like to inform you of the video contest being on the graduation ceremony of Dosanskul. And our video contest, it will be a video duration of 2 minutes, and the production method will be live stream. Application dates are August 10th, 2024, and the prize will be $500 for the grand prize. So there will be a award ceremony on August 29th at 6 p.m. So please, we advise everyone to join and submit their videos for our contest.
주인의 보이는 친구들이 얼굴이 나와. 친구가 나와. 이렇게 서티피케이트 아니 서티피케이트 이게 낫죠? 라이트 사이즈로 다 라이트 사이즈로.
Yeah, and here this is on the right.
여기 올려 이거 좀. 여기 다 올려. 올려.
여기 지금 라이트 사이즈 안 보이네.
올려. 한 사람도 안 됐으면 되는
이거 안 될까요?
네, 밸런스가 안 맞아요.
그럼 여기 한 사람 앉아요?
아니, 한 사람도 안 되는 거죠. 이건 좀. 한 사람도 앉고 누구 앉아?
여기.
여학생은
그냥 맨
그렇죠.
오케이.
여기 봐. 여기 똑바로 봐라. 눈 감지 마라.
네, 이건 저희 이제 대한민국의 관계자분들이랑 네,
수시명이 알 것 같은데.
우리 애기들이
아니 그러면은 학생부
One, two, three. One, two, three.
이거 유니스 조금 더 상장적인 위로
얼굴 가리고 아니 제가 버리세요. 아파요.
네, 대한민국의 관계자분 다 못해요.
선생님도 그 나중에 그렇게 하면 딱 맞겠어. 들어가세요. 예, 그렇죠. 이쪽으로 주시면 됩니다. 얼굴 나오셔야 되니까 그렇게. 그렇죠. 아, 좋습니다. 그대로 주세요. 아들이가. 앞으로 가자, 얘들아. 이거 앞으로 하세요. 앞으로 이렇게 하지. 이거 앞으로 쭉 돌려주세요. 이쪽으로 보내시면 돼요. 우리 제가 이거 배열을 잘해요. 편하게 하세요. 오래 하는 게 아니라 편하게 하세요. 이렇게 해요. 얘는 저쪽 카메라입니다. 제가 아니에요. 이제 저도 돼요. 유튜브에 안 올려로 빨리 와요. 안돼. 뭐라고? 서티게 들어보실 것 같아요. 오케이. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, one more. 그래서 귀여운 거 두고. 왼쪽으로 앉아. 그래 그렇게 가깝게 더 가깝게 가. 옳지 됐어. 잘 나오네. 아직 안 끝났어요. 하나 둘. It's 2 hours to get to my house. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining our graduation. And with that, we will be ending our graduation. Make sure you take 3 photos of people who are in Zoom. And we will be taking individual photos. And for the people who are in person, we will be getting dinner.
Wait, I already got it.
Yes, please take a photo with your mother right up on the front. If your mother is touching your and thank you everyone who joined in the Zoom. You guys are free to leave.
Bye bye.
Thanks for joining. Make sure you take 3 photos.